Hey everybody, I got a video here for you and I'll try to make this short. I said in my last video I'd not talk about the shroud anymore, so I will not mention that word unless I accidentally slip it at the end of the video. But some things have come to light that need to be shared now that we know that Simon Magus is the one who the church fathers and the ones writing against church heresies in the 2nd century said was on the Shroud of Turin, and we can connect him directly through many different ways to Simon Bar Giora. So we got our man who's on the shroud, and I've been getting some hate mail, by the way, and I really appreciate those messages. They were very entertaining. What I have presented must really offend you, and they say I've gone to the dark side and I'm going to hell. You know, oh God, not that. I hope it only feels like an eternity, to steal a line from Seinfeld. But a friend sent me this, and now that we know Simon Bar Giora, we can really find out who this guy actually was. And this is a coin. This is real history, folks, and all historians are in agreement what this coin depicts. This is Vespasian in a procession after the overthrow of the temple around the year 70 in Jerusalem. And all historians are in agreement. This captive being held at the front of the procession, and some say he is naked with something kind of just around him. They say this is Simon Bar Giora, and they say this is the only artistic depiction of Simon Bar Giora that we have. And I think that is pretty incredible that we have a coin of this historical moment in history. And Simon Bar Giora was crucified as an example to the people who revolted against Rome. He marched into Jerusalem and he overtook the temple. He claimed himself to be king, in alignment with the prophecy from the Old Testament, and it was a political thing as well as a spiritual thing. He claimed himself to be the Messiah and the king, and he was eventually caught and crucified. Now, I did some studying, and I did some real digging on Simon Bar Giora, because it just bugged me. Who is this guy actually? Because he had powerful backing of some sort. He must have came from a lineage of some powerful people, probably. And what I found pretty much confirmed that. Now, the first time we hear about Simon Bar Giora, he overthrows a mighty Syrian general, or a governor, or a general, or both, in a mighty battle. And it seems he takes power, and that is in Edessa, Turkey. He is also a Sabian star worshiper at Harran, and Harran is just a day's journey on horseback south of ancient Edessa. Back in the day, it was in Syria. Now it is Sanlurfa, Turkey. So that really connects him directly to that area. He went to Alexandria at a young age to learn in Egypt. And does that sound familiar? And he learned the books of Thoth and many other ancient secrets coming from ancient Egypt. And his parents, I think it might explain who he is. Now, they are said to be Antonius and Rachel, and that is just people writing back in the days a way of symbolically telling you who he was. So if he was the son of Antonius, we need to find out who Antonius was, and that name tells us he is the son of Antony, Mark Antony. So Simon Bar Giora was the grandson of Mark Antony and probably Cleopatra. And after they got thrown out of power, there probably wasn't, they probably had some clout. They went north, obviously, with an army or something like that. They gained control in the area around Edessa, Turkey. And then they converted to Judaism, and the name Bar Giora, people think that means son of Giora. But what Bar Giora means, you have to look at it in Aramaic translations, because that's where this history comes from. And Bar Giora in Aramaic means proselyte or proselyte, and that means one who recently converted, or the son of a converter. And that really fits with the whole history that Josephus writes of Helena and Isaides converting to Judaism. And did they convert just to fight against Rome? Because in their lineage, in their family, people were overthrown in the past? Well, now this is totally making sense. Simon Bar Giora, who's written about as Simon Magus, was the grandson of Mark Antony and probably Cleopatra. this whole story makes sense now. I thought I would bring you who this gentleman on the shroud was. He was the grandson of some very famous people. Hope you thought this was interesting. You have a nice day.